Hare Krishna. I took a rescue family because I would catch up with my son in his homework. He had fallen behind due to the usual suspects of distraction, yes, video games, and that's pretty much it. More video games. So I had to give him the talk that eventually he'll understand separates the boy from the man. And it was very simple. It's for 8-year-old version. It says, if you just put as much energy into your schoolwork as you do for your video games, you'll be doing great, no problem. You just gotta transfer that energy. You just gotta get behind your work there. You already got it. You already know it. But one seems more like a real game, but your life is a real game. And he seemed to understand. He seemed to say, you know what? I like games that much. I want to play the real game. I said, yeah, that's right. You gotta just transfer that energy to play the real game. Yes, it's fun. It's great to be, a good person to laugh with. He might always be. He might grow up to be a comedian. That's great. But I said, if you're going to be in your teacher's class, instead of teacher's name, she requires dysphoria. And I did a little, reminder kind of parenting that he could go to another school. It doesn't have to be that if it's just too hard behind the scenes, I can't see when he's at class, then he can go to another school. And he said, no, I want to go to this school. I said, that's good. I want you to too. I want you to also, but you're going to have to get behind your work, because this, I don't know what you're going to class for. If this, you just want to socialize, then you got to go to a different school, because this school is not about the social pie. And socializing is very, very, very valuable. It is one of the trades of those who got the gift of gab that will pay off when you least expect it. Just bust out your shy, routine there, and you try a little bit of socializing. But anyway, this school is not interested in, seems like, that level of socializing. They understand that kids have to be, they thrive in an environment where they can play and be themselves, and then they got to go back to these equations. And that no matter what they do, they got them kind of clocking in what they do. There's certain grades will bring their grades completely down. Certain tests will bring their grades completely down if they don't pass them. And so it begs the question, well, who's teaching them? Well, the teacher's in the classroom, but are they teaching? And I asked this question to the teacher. I said, because the test is equivalating, or it's assessing if he's ready to go to the 4th grade yet. He's not even halfway through the 3rd grade, and they're putting that he's not ready to the 4th grade in his face. And so this is not actual teaching. This is like throwing something and hiding your hand. Okay, this is 3rd grade. It's a step-by-step process. We'll get to 4th grade when we get to 4th grade. Beautiful blue curl here. Don't talk about the 4th grade when a kid's in the 3rd grade. Especially it's only 2 months in. We don't want to know about the 4th grade. We want to know about how you're teaching them. Well, she apparently said, I don't know. which goes back to the reality that the parents have to do all the tutoring, do everything else. What are they doing in class all day? Are they teaching them? Because I remember when I taught my son this stuff, he remembered it. He knew it. So it's like, why? Why are you saying that he can't do something for the next grade without even trying to really... I mean, if you spend that time actually teaching instead of testing, then you're getting somewhere. You know, you can't test a child that hasn't been properly taught. You need to leave all the tests till later. And if that test isn't passed, sorry kid, you go to summer school, you know. And summer school will determine. You don't start the test for the 4th grade and then telling them they failed in some prerequisite because they're in the 2nd month of their 3rd grade for the 4th grade. It's a nice little sleight of hand of not wanting to teach, or just want to, you know, fluff up the parents who have, you know, tons of time to, you know, be on their kids constantly, and maybe their kids just don't have a love of gaming like my son. But in reality, teaching is teaching. You need to teach your grade before you test. I mean, are they testing our IQ here? Are they testing everyone's IQ? Because that's what teaching is about. And it's just no wonder they say, well, why are they still uneducated? You never taught them. You only tested them. Hello. And then you said they did a bad grade, which is demoralizing. But it's too much to come from, you know, this information, this package that is wrapped in with this information. They can't hear from that package. They have to hear from their higher ups who went to their schools for those many years, etc., etc. You know how it goes. Oh, Krishna. So these are some beautiful blue curls. They look like orchids. And I wouldn't doubt if they were part of the orchid family. But this is really education here. This is why I liked homeschooling. I could take my son out and I could teach him. And I spend more time teaching him in a small percentage of the time, about once a month, twice a week, sometimes, because those were good questions, but I could also actively teach him, give him one-on-one teaching. They can't do that in school. They just want to push him through tests. I don't, they want to say these are the good ones and these are the bad ones as soon as possible, and then obliterate the finer tissues of what makes every soul unique by this, you know, scapegoat, the golden child. I mean, it is dysfunctional. The system is dysfunctional. You can say that they're supposed to pay back their student loans, but yeah, there's, you know, it's about more than just a piece of paper. It's about the being there. And you know, they want to pretend like you can fight their powers. You know, but they're gonna keep that curriculum push going, because teaching. Do you know how, you know, brilliant and, you know, beautiful? I don't know. I'm just playing. She could be a wonderful teacher. She could just be looking at the side of a child that can't be just tested all the time. But it's confusing. Their schools are definitely confusing. I would say that confusion is why you see so many downtrodden, look like squish bugs on the cement on a way around. Because again, beautiful rose.